We're live. Hi, everyone. How are you doing? Uh, the lovely dozen cats for me wellness chats or wellness chat Oracle and Tarot, right?
Just
Did I get it
doesn't
right?
cats works. It's all good.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Kelly's here.
I Kelly's here, but what are while we're waiting for the notice to go out? Um, what are do you have planned? Now, isn't Friday we're going to do political reads on Deann's channel?
Yep. I actually, it's funny because I said that I was going to slow things down a little bit and do less lives because I enjoy summer and, I am literally
How's that
basically,
going out for working out for you, honey?
well, this week it's not. So basically, if you turn on YouTube, I should be somewhere on someone's front page. So today I'm with you. Tomorrow I have Achieving Wellness at 9 p.m. We're doing am I on the right path kind of discussion, and we'll do some
Mm-hmm.
readings too. And then Thursday I have Adam, Stargazing, Astrology, and Deann coming to Dozen Cats at, I think it's 5 p.m. Eastern, to do some political, astrological, and tarot readings, which I've never done before. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
And then Friday, I'm back with you and Deann on Deann's channel for some political reads. So,
Yeah.
and then back on Sunday, Dozen Cats has we have Mark Spirit Whisperer coming. So I'm really excited about that.
Oh
I haven't
yeah,
got to
I
meet him
love
yet.
him.
So.
I I talked to I um on his channel. I was asking him about my doggie because I can tell, I can feel her fear when she wakes up from
Yeah,
things. But
you were asking me about that one day.
yeah. So he told me to Reiki her regularly, and I do that, but I didn't do it like multiple times a day.
Right.
And I think she's a little better. So
Well, that's good. He
what?
seems
I
like
mean, she's a rescue dog,
yeah.
so you know
Yeah, he seems very
she.
sweet, and I can't wait to sort of get to know him a little bit
Hi,
better.
Anna Banana.
Hello, hello, hello.
Okay, well tonight
Hey,
we're
by the
gonna
way,
try.
how hot is it there?
It's 102.
Okay, so it's like 100 here. I literally feel like a wet noodle. You know, like how people like test spaghetti, throw it at the wall. I'm at that point where I've been thrown at the wall and I'm still stuck.
Well, I
Because
mean,
our
I
temperature
actually.
is like 23. With the humidex, it's 37. So we're like so that's a big, huge difference because of the humidity.
In Anna in January I will have had her 2 years, and she came from a hoarding situation. She spent her entire life in a cage and everything,
Mm,
so she is so much better now. But she still had these, almost like she would be asleep
right.
and she would wake up in a panic attacks. It was like she had night terrors, and I was like at a loss about what to do. Hello, Mara.
Hey,
How are
Mara.
you? We are going to do some. Um,
I'm shuffling up
uh,
my cards. Let me know if you want me to mute myself because I'm loud. I'll mute myself.
okay, we're going to do some mediumship reads, and I'm going to do. I have Kelly here to drive the ship, so I'm gonna do the mediumship reads, and she's going to um, add to what she can get from the cards, add to my messages.
I'm gonna be. What did you call me the other night? I'm gonna be like the Vanna White at the Kathleen J. Lightworker program tonight. I'll turn over your letters, Pat. No. Oh boy. Be
Well,
like the
thank
ladies
you,
on the
Anna
Price is
Banana.
Right. Oh, that's kind.
Yeah, it's very kind.
My cats
She
are
did.
not happy today because it's so hot. I just opened up the door so that they could get some fresh air. They're not pleased at all because the house has been locked up. And like literally in the morning, they go right to the door. Like, can you open it for us? Like they don't go outside; they just lay there. But yeah, they were not happy today at all. It's like, sorry, it's either me or you. I need to stay cool.
Well, you know what I found? This is not anything to do with the cats or the heat, but I found that shuffling the cards or rolling a, a stone in my hand or something like that helps me connect. And I was wondering why. And when I was wondering why, when I was meditating, they said kinetic energy.
Yeah.
I produce, and it's just a little extra oomph for um, for them to draw on without crashing my computer.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know about you, but when I before I go live, I listen to some music, right, which sort of gets me in a good mood, makes me happy, lifts me up. Then I grab a hold of my amethyst, and I have it right here, and I'm usually like rubbing on it for a little while. I get all my cards out and I play with my cards. I just touch them. You know what I mean? I'm not necessarily shuffling them. And then
Mhm.
usually just before I go live, I give each deck a shuffle and a knock and just sort of, I don't know, it's just my thing, right? Because I want to sort of put my energy on the cards, if that makes
Hello,
sense.
Connie B.
Hey, Connie B.
Nice to see you. I could see when Sherry H put it up there, I could actually see that it was a question because it had red question marks in front of it. So that's a good thing.
That's a
That-
good thing. We like it when Kathleen can sing. All right, I'm almost done here, folks. Yeah, so I was saying to you that I was watching a Deann show. She had Jen from Jen's World on,
Oh yeah,
and
I love Jen.
yeah, she's very sweet. And everyone was asking what their power crystal was. So she was showing some of her stones that like barely could fit inside the little box here. I was like,
Uh-huh.
good grief. And then I literally thought to myself, how funny is it? She's going to be there cleaning up all of those stones that she just took out. I mean, some of them are like this big, right? So, hey, Scott.
Okay, let's put this one up here. Hello, Scott. How are you doing? I saw your post on TLC about the butterfly. That was a lovely experience, Sherry. Um, I think this was from spirit because when I close my eyes, I see um, it may be your spirit guide, but I see a a being that puts forth so much light. It's like you can tell they have features, but they don't. It's not like you're looking at a person. It could because they project so much light. So this may be a spirit guide for you. Um, I think it was a message to identify to you your gifts, um, your intuition. that's the thing that you need to start on a this path of awakening to your own thoughts, to get rid of your confusion, because someone can tell you over and over the same thing, but it's like you had to experience it for it to set in your mind, because your subconscious is what connects. And when you're telling yourself that you I can't see, well, you can't see when you do that. um, I think now you just need to work, you know. I heard go into this situation. It's like school, class. Do listen listen to others for understanding, which it's like, um, by listening for understanding, we often listen to reply, but stopping and listening for understanding, to delve each into each part of the discussion, and even going back and studying parts of that on your own is going to elevate you faster.
I'm nodding my head in agreement, and I was showing my cards and put my cards down. Okay, so I think that this was an acknowledgement from Spirit that you have taken some of the advice that you've gotten, acknowledging that you're trying to do the work. I think that this is like an encouragement from Spirit that you're on the right track, like to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason that I say that is this. So the first card that I got, Going Within. I love this card. It's just so beautiful, right? The angels are asking you to calm your mind and feel the power of Spirit within you. I don't want to go on about this. This is your life, and I don't mean to imply that this is what you're doing, so I don't want you to take it that way. I can only speak from my personal experience, and I share this with you because I hope that in some way it might be helpful to you or to anyone who might be listening. I was so busy getting in my own way that I could not see the forest for the trees for literally 9+ years. It wasn't for lack of effort. It wasn't for lack of trying. It wasn't because I didn't not care, and it wasn't because, I wasn't doing everything I could. I just wasn't in the right spot. I didn't have all the information, and I really did not. I wasn't able to fine tune the process until I came here, and I got the rest of the information, the rest of the tips and the information that I needed to make like a full assessment. And once I made that full assessment, most of the people know the story. I went out on the front porch. I was sitting there one night, looking up at the stars, and all of a sudden I just started to cry, and I was like, oh my God, I did this to myself. And when I got up and I walked inside the house, I had no plan. I had no, I wasn't excited. But I wasn't sad. I just felt relieved that I can stop asking myself why and get on to how, if that makes sense, right? So we've got the Going Within card. We've got Conscious Steps. I love this card. Considered action and looking forward. We've got these two beautiful cards. And the first one is miracles, which is expect the wondrous. Yeah, expect the wondrous to emerge. Okay, and then you've got voyage of the heart. Love flows through you and to you. And as soon as I pulled that card, I thought of the butterfly. Like, I don't know what your experience was about the butterfly, but that made me think of a butterfly, you know, flowing through you and flowing to you. So try as hard as you can to continue whatever you've been doing in a way that you are connecting with yourself, your core self, and just be in the moment. That's what that going within is about. Just be. Allow whatever's going to come into your head to come in your head, acknowledge it, and then release it. And each little piece that you release is another step forward. And that's what those conscious steps are, right? Considered action a step forward. I hope that helps, my love. Yes, Cheryl, absolutely. Post your question in the chat, my love. Look at me taking over like it was my show. I forgot I'm supposed to just be clicking.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Tell her to post her question. We don't have any right now.
Cheryl's working on a question. What did Sherry say? Sherry said, bingo, that's how I've been feeling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the spirit guide was just beautiful. I mean, not beauty as in, you know, perfect features, but beautiful as in radiant. You know, beautiful as in something that you see that you're like, oh, you know. So I think
you know what's really interesting about what you just said, Kathleen?
Your spirit guide.
Sorry,
what?
I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry, I apologize.
Oh,
you said that she needs to get in touch with her
spirit guide.
Spirit guide. You know what I think is really interesting about this whole process when you are, I mean, because we're all, I don't care if you've been reading cards for 40 years or you've been a medium for 10, years or whatever the case, like we're always learning, we're always evolving, we're always moving, you know what I mean, constantly. It really does require an awful lot of patience on the individual's part. A lot of patience and a lot of trust, a lot of focus, which is so hard, in this crazy thing that we call life, right? With all of our responsibilities and stuff. Okay. Yeah.
That's the way it is. When it's like, we have to do this. You have to do anything and everything on you.
Yeah.
For you. So that, oh wow, and just it's like a click, and you suddenly realize it. Well, with everything, that anybody has to do, you have to come to the realization that this is what I have to do.
Yeah. We were literally just talking about this backstage. We were talking about how when people say, that you have to change and you need to be more positive and it's a choice. And I said, for someone like me, that's a trigger, because I don't believe that it is a choice until you realize that you have the power to make that choice, right? That you have the tips, the tools, the information, whatever the case may be, to actually understand that you have the strength within you to make those changes, right? Sometimes it's just that moment, that waiting period, that time that requires your diligence and your patience to realize that you can actually make the change, right? Hi, Ron.
I mean, until it happens.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, don't give up, I guess, is really where I was trying to go. Like, don't give up. It's hard work, man. Listen, I literally said to Kathleen before we started, when this is what we were talking about, and I said I'd rather go to the dentist than continue to work on myself. Like it's no joke. That's hard work when you consider everything else that we have to do and all of our other responsibilities. But it is so worth it when you feel that switch, when you feel that first release, that first forward momentum. It's like when you stand on the scale and you lost 5 pounds, right? Or when you leave the hairdresser and you're like, "Ooh, I need to go out somewhere. Like I look awesome." You know what I mean? Just feels so good. And it's that moment that you want to focus on. That moment of that feeling, "Ooh, I need to go somewhere." You know what I mean? And it's not about like I look good. It's just like I feel good, right? And when you feel good, that's what propels you forward. And then the cycle like continues, which is a beautiful thing. Beautiful. All right.
It is I'm answering this question. It is a male energy. Did your father-in-law have like red or brownish red hair? Just glimpse of it's like either he had reddish hair, or maybe the other symbolism is a little bit of a hothead about certain things. Not red hair.
Maybe a hothead, laugh out loud.
Yeah, because that's the other, because it was like a glow coming off of the head, so I was like, it's either he was redheaded or he was a little bit of a hothead. It's like he's trying to convey. There's something. Children? Is that what you're saying? Children? He wants you to either he's talking about his child or his grandchildren, but for some reason he wants you to there's something he's okay. I'll just tell you what I'm seeing. Okay. He's holding a ball, and when he grips it too tight, it slides out of his fingers. But when he holds the ball like you're supposed to hold the ball to like throw, it stays there stable. So I'm thinking maybe it's more of a thing of when we deal with other people, and that we love, there are times that we we try to we love them so desperately that we want to protect them always. We want to have a you know an umbrella over them at all times to deflect all of the slings and arrows that are coming our way from them. But when we cling too tightly, a lot of times we that in itself m- makes makes a problem, and it doesn't need to be there, because of course, protect your children from harm, and protect, but you have to let them go. You have to um they have to have room to breathe. That's the thing. That's what I'm seeing. It's not that you're letting them go and go off on their own, and a 5-year-old raise himself, but it's like you you need to just love them, and tell yourself, ask yourself, am I doing this? Is a monster really going to come up under the bed if I don't allow my baby to sleep in his bed? It's that kind of thing.
I didn't know if are you done?
I'm done.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't. I was like, wait, no, I didn't know if you were finished or not. Cheryl, this is what I got for you, and I'm sort of like following along a little bit of what Kathleen has already got. So I've got the Sun card. That's how we start out, right? This is from the Guardian Angel Messages Tarot. And when you said, is the hair red, right? And Anna said something about, she said that Cheryl said that he was mostly bald, and Anna said, in the chat, maybe something like the glow from the sun. And I thought that was just interesting because I pulled the Sun card, right? So then I've got the Three of, so that's joy. That's, that's love. It's otherwise known as the Yes card in the tarot. It's about that feeling of like everything going exactly the way you need it to go. Like everything is just coming up roses. There's no real other way to say it. Next to that, I've got the Three of Water. And so that's about joy. It's about celebration. It's about community. It's about friendships. Then I've got the Four of Earth, which is sometimes considered like the miserly card in terms of your holding on really, really tight to your securities, right? Whether that means money or like property or something like that. Like I don't want to say frugal, but you're very cautious before you share or before you spend your money. So you keep your stuff very close to your chest. Then I've got the Dreamer. That's the Fool card. So new beginnings and being a bit naive, a little bit of spontaneity, because you want to go out on this new path. Now on this particular card, it says beginnings, believing, and protected. And that's important. And then I've got the Three of Pentacles, which is community, working well with others. It's recognition, it's talent, it's cooperation and collaborations. On the bottom of the deck, I've got the Four of Air, which is meditation and recuperation and contemplation. And so I feel like if this is a message from your father-in-law, that he is asking you to allow yourself a nice balance, because it seems like you're either really, really happy or you might be like a little stressed. And I think he wants you to like even yourself out. And the reason why I say that is because of the next 3 cards that I pulled. I've got the Panda, which is balance, which is ask how to bring balance to the situation and into your heart. The next card I got is from Archangel Raguel, or Raguel, however you want to say that. That's justice, harmony, and solutions. Again, that's bringing balance because you're trying to find that happy harmony, which is the Sun card, right? And also the 3 of water. And then I've got choosing your path, all is possible. So all of those things talking about maintaining a happy sort of thought pattern, I guess, a happy heart, a joyful existence to get you to the next opportunity or the next possibility. And so balance is what the message is that I got for you. So I hope that helps. I feel like I went on there, but hopefully that's okay.
Well, that's okay. I was trying to see if Cheryl had said anything.
Not yet.
Esther A.
That's your next question there from Patricia.
Okay.
Oh, there. She said, okay, thank you all very much. And yes, I do need balance. Esther, you can go ahead and ask your question. I think that's what Kathleen was. I think see it's throwing you off because you're used to driving your own ship and now someone else is moving your stuff around. So,
this feels like an elemental, which it's kind of like, it's not like they're angels, with our highest good and the only thing that they want, but it's also not like they're demons. That they are benign. They are neither bad or good. Kind of, it's that kind of energy. If you and it was connected to a tree. I don't know if the tree is still there.
Wow.
But for some reason, I keep seeing this tree in and it's almost, maybe it's connected to all trees, because that's and it's not. I mean, it probably, if you went out and burned down the field, or did something negative to it, to nature, mistreated an animal, blah blah blah, then it would be evil. But I'm not.
Patricia says the quaking aspen in the chat.
Oh.
I am not familiar with the quaking aspen. Are you familiar with that, the quaking aspen?
No. I mean, I am familiar with an aspen tree, but I haven't heard of is it like a Bradford pear tree? I mean, that was a name of a specific tree.
Right. I got some interesting cards here, Patricia. Only you know if these make sense. I just want to say that out of 4 tarot cards, I got 3 major arcana, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, elemental is big energy. That's the reason why she felt intimidated by
Yeah,
it. That's
yeah.
big energy.
And I have that big energy reflected in all the cards that I pulled. So I'll show you what I've got. I don't think Anna says the quaking aspen looks like sentinels standing guard. I've got balance, so the temperance card. Sorry, I'm telling you like you know this. So I believe that that's about your connection. That's about your balance. That's about your I got the 4 of Cups, feeling a little bit stuck. This also is, according to this, a distraction. Then I've got the Magician card, right? So now I'm reading off of this card, not the traditional tarot, but I'm reading off of this card, right? Because I think that this story makes sense. It does to me. I hope it makes sense to you. We've got empowerment and manifestation. And then I've got the renewal or the judgment card, which is reflection, self-evaluation, and rebirth. And then we've got the Knight of Fire on the bottom of the deck, which is confident, passionate, and adventurous. And so I feel like there is something lurking in your backfield. I don't think that it's necessarily, like, I don't think it's bad, but I think it's big energy. Like, I think it's very powerful, which is why you might feel like a little apprehensive. So this is what I've got. So I pulled from the Earth Magic card and 4 cards fell out. So we've got Mountain, which is strength. So that's like 2 cards now speaking to its strength, right? Then I've got the Iceberg, which is submerged. So that's 2 cards, right? One being the 4 of Cups, one being this, sort of feeling stuck, out of place, isolated, trapped, right? I've got the Lotus Flower, which is the unfoldment, which I'm sort of looking at like this is the Magician card, right? This is manifestation. This is trying to open up, trying to expand, right? And then I've got the Full Moon, which is completion, which is really, I mean, it's kind of crazy when you think about it because I got the renewal card. So it's like the 4 Oracle cards that I pulled after the Tarot cards kind of matched all the Tarot cards I got. So I want to tell you to, cast a bubble of protection around your property, do the thing with the mirrors. I don't think that it's there to harm you in any way, shape, or form. Doesn't hurt to be protected. But I think that whatever's back there feels like it needs to be there for some reason. Like it's almost like if you think of like
It was there a long time before she was.
yeah, like a duck goes back to its to lay its lay its eggs, and then it leaves and it comes back like every year. I think it's something along those lines. I'm not sure if that helps, if that makes sense or not. I definitely would cast a spell of protection around your property. But
Well,
I don't.
I would like go to the trees and offer them water and just just say thank you for blessing us with shade. Thank you
Yeah,
for you know for giving us oxygen. Thank you. And be sincere. And by
100%.
doing that, you're not praying to anything, but by showing that gratitude, it can really open up for a lot of the energy would then see you in a favorable light
Right.
by just expressing gratitude.
Patricia says makes sense. I thought it was a puka. Interesting. That was a really cool question.
Yeah.
Anna said basically what you just said, Kathleen. If it was me, I would go out there with some holy water and bless the land to give Mother Earth a little extra energy. To show it some extra love, right?
Let's see. I'm going to show if there's any romantic messages for me. I've been single for a few years and I miss being in a relationship.
Hi, MK Karen. Sorry, I was trying to do that really quietly. How's your daughter, MK
Yeah, hello. She had her baby yet?
I'm like. Oh, I love you too, MK Karen. You're so sweet.
She is. She is very sweet.
I'm trying to look at the avatar picture of is it Nika? Is it a kitty? It's cute. I think it is cute. Anyways, whatever.
Yes, I think it's cute.
It's cute.
I think you have a lot to give. But you have given to others and they have it didn't work out. They have not treated you well. I see betrayal. So you need to work on trust a little more. I mean, I know that you feel like you have, but there's something you need to. It's like eyes wide open to where that you see the people coming into your life in the way that you see through them, you see through to their heart, so that you know that you have that. But there's some trust issue that it's like it's holding you back, because it's like you've got blinders on. There has been opportunities, and you self-sabotaged them because of this trust issue. It's like no, and you have to work on yourself in that you need to know that you can you can view a love interest without blinders on. You know.
She says that I do absolutely have trust issues.
So you need to just um, you need to trust yourself that you can see when somebody is I mean, everybody gets crossways in a love relationship, but you're like, it's like you're wounded. You have, so you're not trusting anyone at the get go. You're not allowing them into your life.
This is what I got for you, love. I've got the Six of Fire. This is about being seen. It's also about being recognized and being victorious and being talented and, success and accomplishment and all of that. But I think for you in particular, based on what Kathleen's picking up on, I think that this is about being seen. So how you see yourself versus how others are seeing you, right? I've got the Queen of Water, so the Queen of Cups. This is about you and the love that you have for everyone around you, everyone that's important to you. It's about your intuition. I think that you have a good intuition. You maybe don't trust it, but if you have a gut instinct or an intuition that, a little inkling, maybe you're seeing synchronicities of numbers or other kind of signs, maybe you get pennies or dimes or something like that. Try to pay attention to what you were thinking just before you seen those synchronicities of the numbers or the coins, or maybe a bird or a feather or something like that, because that's why they're sending you that message, is to tell you like that, hey, that thing that you were just thinking of, we want you to, that's the thing that we want you to do, right? Then I've got the Page of Fire. Sorry, I've got the cat on the table and she's making a mess of everything here. Page of Fire, so the Page of Wands. Now, I don't know if you are creative or enthusiastic, but it's asking you to tap into your creative side. Sometimes when we have difficulty processing a past hurt, a pain, luggage from a previous relationship, whatever it may be, or just a need to forgive and release, sometimes when we carry that around, it's really, really hard to just let it go. So if we channel our energy into a creative pursuit like writing or something like that, sometimes it helps to release it without feeling like we're doing a lot of heavy work, if that makes sense. I got the King of Earth, so maybe be on the lookout for an earth sign. I'm just saying, could be an earth sign, you never know. And earth signs are what, Kathleen? What are the three earth signs? I know the three.
One, Taurus is another.
Yeah.
Let's see, Taurus, Capricorn.
I should know this, but I don't. So this person for you is generous.
Virgo, I think.
Yes, you're right. Yeah. Is generous, is very successful, and very much like an entrepreneurial kind of spirit, right? So someone who may be in business for himself, or just be someone who is very business like minded, if that makes sense. I've got the star on the bottom of the deck. This is about hope. It's about faith. It's about being inspired. It's about being fulfilled. I think from the cards that I've got here, and I've got three more that I'll do real quick. I think that you need to fulfill yourself before you fulfill others, because I think that the person that you've forgotten about is you. I've got Stillness. This is a beautiful card. The reflecting pool. Stillness. So maybe if you get really, really quiet and tap into that intuition, or do some creative drawing or some creative writing, all of a sudden, like, that light bulb might happen and you're like, oh, now I know. You know what I mean? It can happen. I've got crane, which is surrender. And that is let go of limiting beliefs. Be as expansive in your thoughts as your soul is. So in other words, if you tap into who you really are at your core, things are going to make more sense to you, right? And then assert your authentic needs. And I love this picture. It's like the old cans. Remember when we used to talk through the cans with string at day camp?
Mm-hmm.
In a kind and confident tone, speak your needs rather than hiding them. Empower yourself by being authentic. So in other words, you know, be kind to you. Speak your truth. Stand in your power. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting for you. I hope that helps. And I think that once you do that, things are going to be a lot better for you in the love department, because you will love yourself. Therefore, you will attract it to you, is kind of how I feel.
Yeah.
All right, kitty cat.
If you don't love yourself, how can...
I'm going to have a chat with my cat. Sorry, I have to mute myself here.
Okay. Let's see. Esther A. Okay, Esther, are you still here? Oh, I forgot it was summer solstice. How neat, Bora Bora. Is Esther A still here?
I'm not sure.
Hi, Deann. Okay, good.
Oh, there's Esther.
Well, first of all, honey, you have a lot on your plate. So the thing that just keeps going around in my head is prioritize and let go of what you can't do anything about, and then work on what you can. Because I just saw, I mean, it was like, you know, a woman with babies on her back, and she's hunched over, and she's got a water jug, and she's got, you know, so I feel that you are burdened, and you feel like you're being pulled in different directions. What we need to do in this situation is clear your mind. I saw a person, you know, meditating. I saw a man sitting and playing like solitaire, just Zoom. You know, it was like you're trying to distract yourself, but reality keeps getting in the way. You need creativity. Just sit and if you can't meditate, lose yourself in a collage, in writing, in pretty colors, you know, coloring. You know, lose yourself in a creative endeavor, because that is when your subconscious and conscious connect, and you can get messages from spirit. You can because right now you need to see that that whatever is got you in its grip in your mind, you need to come at it to where that you change your perspective. Look at it with new eyes, that kind of thing, because you are locked in and going in a certain direction, not seeing everything that you could do. So I think that if you just release what you can and then take a big breath and work towards doing what you can with what you have. It's like the things you have to address, turn it upside down, and don't be so negative about. It's like there's some part of your life that you are that it the negativity is crushing you. So you need to I'm not saying you're a negative person or anything, but the negativity of this situation just almost drowned you. So you need to take a deep breath. If it is something that you can change, that you have the power to change, then we need to come at it and look at it from all directions. If it's not something you can change, you need to let go of all of the mishiva going on that doesn't matter, and so that you can get through this.
I'm totally getting that vibe too. Esther, I don't know if my card is right or not, but I wonder if what you're having a tough time with is processing the passing of someone in your family, someone that's very close to you. That's because I got a card that's sort of picking up on, or sort of two cards that are picking up on that. The first card that I've got here is set clear boundaries. Empower yourself by setting limits, such as saying no to a request or socializing less. This kind of self-care creates more respectful and healthy relationships. It is so hard for us to understand that saying no is okay, that saying no is a complete sentence, and that we are allowed to say no if that is what we think is going to serve us the best. So just keep that in mind. Healthy boundaries, right? So in other words, don't go around people that are toxic or are argumentative, or you just don't like their vibe. You know what I mean? Maybe they put you down. Maybe you feel inadequate near them. Don't spend all your time with those kind of people. You can still be friends with them, but limit your time. Limit your exposure so that you conserve your own energy, right? I've got forest with it, which is breath. Then I got the violet, which is tranquility. So this is talking about getting real quiet, getting real still, real quiet. You know, I do this all the time because I have anxiety panic disorder, and you know, I have to visualize, so literally transport myself from the moment that I'm in to another place. And you can Google it and look up visualization for like a summer's afternoon, and you'll have all kinds of stories that you can listen to and create for yourself, that will literally transport you from that moment to a moment where you're not feeling so overwhelmed, right? So try to focus on the getting quiet part whenever you feel you need to, and of course practice the breathing, right? The box breathing. Um, I got this card, and this is why I mentioned that. So I've got signs from deceased loved ones. So your departed loved ones are giving you signs to let you know that they are with you. So again, I'm not sure if this is why you're having a tough time, but that's the card I got. So maybe be on the lookout for like butterflies or birds or, feathers, coins, maybe the smell of a perfume or something like that. It's both RKA. And then I've got freedom. So Kathleen tapped into that, right? The moving on and the letting go, right? The releasing of whatever it can be that is causing you to have the tough time, whether it be emotions or whether it be like a past hurt or past luggage or just the daily grind of life. It's so important for us to get quiet and be able to understand that. And when we get quiet, that's when we release. I hope that helps. That's what I got.
Yeah. RKA. I do tarot when I'm by myself because I can't do uh, run everything and do the mediumship because I'm too out there. But Kelly does a great job with the tarot cards and with the oracle cards. I use oracle cards. Well, I just use cards. I got all kinds of cards.
We got
And
all
Kelly
kinds.
does too. I got all kinds.
Okay, how many decks do you have out right now? Just this is our last question. How many decks do you have out?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On my desk.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I only have 8.
I have 11. Of course I have 11. I mean, why wouldn't I have 11, right?
But we have 8. Um, let's see.
Hi, Teresa. There's lots of new people here tonight. Taylor's here. Thank you for being here, Taylor. And Tammy A. I don't know that I recognize that name. RKA and Esther. This is lovely to see so many nice new people. Yay.
Hi. Yeah, please go subscribe to Kelly. She is a very talented reader, and
Oh, thank you.
is very wor- she is very um, conscientious about wellness as well. And the oracle cards and the tarot cards, they are, the tarot cards are 78 cards of emotion, and it's telling us, yeah, it can tell us the future, but you know it I use them in past life readings, and I use them to help people with different traumas from childhood, and I use them. So what I'm saying is the messages in the cards a lot of times can be healing. So
Sorry, I'm saying hi. That's very
do you
kind of you.
see a
Thank you, Kathleen,
oh, you're welcome.
for saying all those lovely things. I appreciate you, my friend. And thank you, Deann, for putting that link up there. All right, what is Taylor asking here? Do you see reconciliation?
Do you see a reconciliation and rekindle happening between Edward and I?
Hmm. All right, let's see what we can do for Taylor.
Okay, I see. I see two people with the they're handing each other cotton candy, and what that means to me is um, cotton candy. When you put it in your mouth, it just completely dissolves. It goes away. You can pack it together and everything and put it in your mouth, but it melts away. And you need substance. You need you need like somebody who's going to be solidly in your life, and the I just don't think that that the relationship is going to um it's like I don't know if you with the cotton candy, I don't know if you were still, look at each other in a good light or what, but both neither of you is it will get what you need.
Mhm. Hmm. I used my sorry, I was like in my own little world over here. I used my pendulum and I got a yes, that it will rekindle. However, so I've answered the question, but I feel like I need more cards. So I'm going to tell you what I got, and then I'll show you while I'm shuffling out this last bit. I got the Ace of Earth, which is the Ace of Pentacles. That's abundance, opportunity, resources. Then I got the Two of Air, so that's the Two of Swords in the traditional tarot. That's being at a crossroads. Being at a crossroads, feeling like this is like a really, really important decision that you feel you have to make, but you don't know which way to turn. So it's indecision, it's confusion, it's avoidance. Imagine, if you will, you had a checklist. You got the pros and the cons, right? And every time you add one over here, you get nervous, and then you try to add a bunch over that side. You know what I mean? I feel like that might be how your relationship feels at this moment. Then I've got the Eight of Water, or the Eight of Cups, which is, it can be about fulfillment. It can also be about empowerment, but it can also be searching. And then we've got the Ace of Water on the bottom of the deck, right? So I'll show you real quick now because I'm finished shuffling. So that's the Ace of Earth. It's just the cutest card ever. That is the Two of Air. This is the Eight of Water. And then the Ace of Water, so that's the Ace of Cups. That's about emotions and relationships and intuition. That's the second card about intuition. Then we've got your eternal spirit. Again, about your higher self and your sacred intuition. So I don't know, Taylor, if you feel like you have intuition or not, but I feel like you're definitely being asked to tap into your inner guidance, your gut instinct, your intuition. Then I've got solitude. So be in silence, peace prevails. So I feel like you already know the answer to this question. And I think what the answer to this question is, it's not really about whether you're going to rekindle or not. It's about whether or not it's good for you to rekindle, if that makes sense. Right? And that's why you're getting this indecision, and that's why it's asking you in 3 different areas with 3 different cards to tap into your gut instinct, because I think you already know. Right? And in order for you to be able to figure this out, you're going to have to get real quiet with yourself, because you're going to have to really you're going to have a conversation with yourself, if that makes sense. I want to pull one more card, sorry.
Okay.
Can't help it.
And then,
and there you go. So in order to because you've got to be in silence. I say this all the time. I go outside and I sit outside at night and I look up at the moon, and I find it very tranquil, very peaceful. And I also feel like I get a lot of power from the moon in terms of clarity, right? Like my mental clarity. So I might suggest that you go, maybe just look out the window and stare up at the moon. Just allow yourself to sort of almost like meditate on the moon, right? Just get real quiet, real still. And just have yourself a good conversation with yourself. Right? This is openness. So be open to it. Hope that helps, my love.
And we have, and this is our last question for the night. You have time.
What is Deann?
Whatever.
Maiden need to know. Oh, you're welcome, Taylor.
Sure. Thank you for the question. Thank everybody for their questions.
Absolutely. Hey, Connie B.
You need to be kinder, be gentler to yourself. You need to relax and have fun in a manner that doesn't what? In a manner that is appropriate for you. In a manner that is appropriate for you. What are you saying? Is appropriate for that self-care. There we go. You need to set up boundaries because it's like sometimes you feel overwhelmed and you need to have the boundaries in place before you get into that situation instead of worry about, oh, this is going to be bad, and getting angsty. Set up boundaries, put them in place before you go into that situation, so that you have a lifeline to where that, well, if this happens, I'm going to do this, and this, over things you're worried about. I'm going to pull myself out of the situation and go home. You also need, for some reason, I'm getting that you need more water. You need.
Wow.
You need. I'm seeing citrus fruit, so you need to up your vitamin C as well.
Okay, you said you need more water, and I pulled Vision Quest. I mean, hello. It's like a total desert. So you said she needs more water, and I was like, oh my God. That's why I was like, whoa. Anyways, sorry. Connie B is asking us for another one there. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do it next.
All right, my friend Deann, this is what I've got for you. I've got the Six of Fire, so the Six of Wands, right? This is about recognition, being seen. It's about success. It's about your self-esteem. We've got the Page of Air. This is about, I love this image. Because as if you'd be standing there in the middle of the snowstorm, can you imagine on the other side of that, he's got his tongue stuck on that metal sword?
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm thinking things I think of, friends. I really don't know. But this is about being truthful. It's about being analytical. It's about being, I don't really like the word outspoken, but speaking your truth, right? Or standing in your truth, we should say. Got the Five of Water. this is, you know, literally crying over spilt milk. Now, I don't see you, Deann, as the kind of person that cries over spilt milk, but I definitely see you as the type of person that if someone else spilt their milk, you would be very concerned about them, right? Because you are that compassionate individual, right? You care about everybody. And probably because you care so much, you often put yourself last. And so I think that this is like, you know, be cautious not to do that for others if you're not going to do it for yourself. Do you know what I mean? Speaking to what Kathleen was saying about the boundaries part. I've got the 8 of air, so the 8 of swords. You know, this is your a little bit of confusion, a whole lot of self-doubt, questioning yourself and stopping your free will, stopping yourself from making choices and decisions that would serve your highest good, right? Got the King of Water on the bottom of the deck, right? This is about being compassionate. This is about being understanding. This is about being trustworthy. All those things that I just mentioned that you are. We've got the Panther, which is protection. Consider who you allow to take your energy and who you give it away to freely. That was what I was referring to the 5 of water. Then I've got Sea Turtle, which is conservation. Make conscious choices. So in other words, do what serves your highest good, not what serves everyone else's highest good. Because at the end of the day, you, my friend, are the person that counts the most for you and to you, right? And then just quickly, I got these 2 cards here. I've got Desert Vision Quest and Eagle Communication. So I literally feel like this is standing in your power and standing in your truth, right? Speaking your truth. That's what I got for you. I hope it helps.
There's Connie's question, and some Oren. Oh, I'm not going to say your last name. I'm not going to say your last name because it would butcher it. It's fine. I will. We'll answer your question, Oren.
Yeah, sure.
We got it. Not a problem.
Do it. Since you joined all the way from Australia, right?
Yeah. Merrick Garland is in Ukraine. He went there to get information on the war crimes that Putin did, but I think they told me that he's also there for what Trump did and did not do as well.
Yeah. We have Beverly Davis asking if we can take another question. You want to take Beverly's?
Right.
That's it?
That's it. Okay.
All right, Beverly, pop your question in there, love, and then that's
the last one.
We're only going to take 5 more after that. No, I'm kidding. What or who turned off the fan in the middle of the night while we were sleeping? I have an idea.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. The thing is he's there for Trump as well as Putin's war crimes. And there's something about, I don't know what the deal is, but it's like there's something either Putin or Trump was involved in like an assassination attempt, or actually an assassination. And it's connected to something from the U.S. though. So I'm not. I can't get precise enough.
Sorry, we're doing Connie's question, right?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
sorry, because Connie said something else, and
Gotcha.
I saw flashes, and I was like trying to understand. Who or what turned off the fan in the middle of the night? See why I need you to help me, because
Yeah.
it's like I'm just goofy. Who or what turned off the fan in the middle of the night while we were sleeping? I have an idea.
Interesting.
Um, I see a male energy. I'm seeing it's like a young guy. Um, and but I'm seeing a young man. That's what I'm seeing. But the reason why he turned it off was it wasn't a prank or anything. It was to conserve energy. It was like, what are you doing? You're wasting money like that. That's a really an old guy thing. But I was seeing him as a young man, so I don't know.
Uh, Oren is saying, was it family or was it a child? So,
No, it wasn't a child, but it seemed like it the energy that I'm getting is very young and mischievous. But
sorry.
the reason it was turned off was it wastes energy. So I was thinking, well, there's two completely different. I mean, a kid would turn it off for a prank, but
Yeah.
um, and it's like an older energy to or an older man or would be turning it off for not to waste the money, not to waste the energy, not to waste the to do more stuff to the planet. And
Oh,
I just
okay. All right. Sorry. I'm having like cards are going everywhere. Woo. Okay. All right, Charlotte. You and Mommy are gonna have to have a talk when I get off of here because I can't operate like this. Sorry, the cat's on the table. Okay, so I got Divine Presence. I love this card. It's beautiful. The force of love in creation. So that implies that it was a spirit. Now, as to who is it, right? Now, you said a young man, right? I used the Guardian Angel Messages Tarot, and I got the Emperor. So I don't know if it's someone who is like an above you, someone like a father or a grandfather, or like maybe an older uncle, someone who would be in that kind of a position of power in the family, like like a grandfather or a father would, like the leader of the family. But going back to where I was, I've got letting go of urgency, which is surrender and freedom from time constraints. And I have no idea why I thought this, but you were saying, Kathleen, about turning the fan off to conserve the energy, and I literally thought stay in bed. Now, I don't know if the fan has like a light on it or something, but I'm thinking like a ceiling fan, like turning it off so you're not disturbed, so you just stay there. Only but I'm just saying, like, that just made sense to me. Anyways, these are the tarot cards. I got the the Page of Fire. So speaking about your creativity, being motivated, being enthusiastic, sort of like a go-getter. So maybe I'm describing this person's energy, or maybe this is yours. I don't know. I've got the Queen of Fire. This is someone who is very intelligent, someone who's exuberant and determined, right? And then I got the Emperor card, as I said, which is someone who is very organized, someone who's very structured, someone who is, really in control, the divine masculine of the tarot, right? Then I've got the Queen of Air, which is someone who is experienced, and according to this card, humorous and brilliant. So I'm not sure if it's a man or if it's a female, but there's definitely a presence there that's trying to let you know, hey, we're here.
And look, I had an idea. It was a little boy that comes around that was living here in the 1800s, and a child from the 1800s would be much more conscious about money than a child from our generation.
That makes sense. Yeah. So I hope that that's interesting, or I hope that kind of helps or points you in the right direction. Right,
hello, Sheilah.
Hey, Sheilah. Oh, okay. So she says that she is the Queen's, and it could be my husband's father too. Interesting. All right, Beverly Davis. Sorry for your loss, Beverly.
He says we could this I got a man with glasses and dark hair. So tell me if he had glasses or dark hair, so I'll know I'm in the I've got the correct person. Beverly, tell me if he had dark hair and glasses, so I know I have the right person.
Maybe typing.
Because it would it would be counterproductive if I got the wrong person.
Curly reddish brown hair. His name was Jerry.
Did he have glasses or no?
Yes, he wears glasses.
He said that you weren't able to walk along the same path as me, and I did things that were self-sabotaging, that were I did things. I, the relationship ended because of me and my issues. Um, but what I want to say is, at one point, I I loved you with all my heart. Something else got in the way of of our journey. And I think, was it an addiction, or an obsession with him? Because I keep seeing the devil card, and um, usually whenever I see the devil card, it's either like he was obsessed with work, or he was addicted, or he was you know cruel, or whatever. I see that, but it may have been just that he was obsessively, um like, you know obsessively doing something, anything. um he could have been an obsessive organizer, and it drove you crazy. But um that's what I see.
She says that yes, you have the right person. I think it's interesting what you got because I sort of got the same thing in my cards. So I got the Ace of Water, or the Ace of Cups. That speaks to the love that Kathleen was talking about. This is in the position of like the past, an influencing energy. So this speaks to the emotions that you both felt for each other at one point. Your relationship that you had together. I think it was important to both of you. So I'm not sure if it was like a first true love. You know what I mean? But it feels like it
He
was. Sorry.
he met someone else,
Yeah.
and so that may be where the obsession, you know,
Yep.
comes
Um,
in.
no, because I picked up on that too, so that's interesting. So we've got the Page of Earth, or the Page of Pentacles, which is, being prepared, being cheerful. So just someone who is just, the person that seems like their whole life is put together just perfectly. Like, their hair is always in place. They're always doing the right thing. They're wearing the right clothes. You know what I mean? Like that kind of a person. So I don't know if that describes him, but that's what I got. I've got the Five of Fire, so the Five of Wands. So I was picking up sort of what Kathleen was saying about the devil energy. And I feel like, so that's conflicts, annoyance, competition. So competition because he met someone else, or maybe that is a mental conflict, just, all these scenarios were swirling around in his head or in your head, right? As to how we can make things better, right? Or if we should make things better. We've got the Knight of Air, so the Knight of Swords. That speaks to us about being determined, being motivated, being very intellectual, right? So someone who is very strategic in the way that they do things. They don't like just sort of like go off and do something, right? There's a plan behind it. Got Awakening. This is the Hanged Man, the traditional tarot. Someone's taking a pause. Someone's really going inside. Someone's trying to really sort themselves out to find the answers. And so I think that this feels like an apology to me. Like it feels like he's
Mhm.
apologizing to you in a way, but now here comes your message. Because I think what's happening is whatever you were doing when that was all going on, he feels like you're still doing some of that to you, to yourself, right? Um, so I've got the Golden Unicorn, which is lovely. Nobody doesn't want to see the golden unicorn. This is about ascension. So awaken to your soul's potential. Don't hold yourself back. You've got diligence. So in other words, keep working at it. Whatever your dreams, whatever your hopes, keep working at it. Manifest, set your intentions, all of those good things. Tame the negative thinking, right? If you're doing any of that self-sabotage, like Kathleen was saying, right? So when negative thoughts arrive, experience the feelings behind them, and then shift to a larger, more compassionate perspective about yourself, right? And I often add to that, remember to treat yourself as you would treat your best friend, because then you can be assured that you're going to treat yourself well. And the last card that I got was tree, and that's grounding, right?
Yeah.
So make sure that you're grounding yourself.
The other thing that I got is, it's like he was so down on himself. You know, the little monkey chatter in your head that goes around and around. And he was so down on himself that he felt like he had to go find something new in order to make himself feel better. It was just, it was so, I mean, of course, you know, these things, it has to do with, you know, instant gratification and all that kind of stuff with the someone else. But it was like the reasoning behind it was not you. It was deep within himself. He needed to nurture his own soul more. He needed to see his identity more, and he couldn't do that. So he thought a change of venue might fix him, and it really didn't. Because it does for a little while, but it usually doesn't. Okay, y'all. I'm getting tired.
It's hard work, is it not, my friend?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard work. Thank you very much for having me, Kathleen. It was a joy to join you, as always. I love working with you. So thank you for having me.
I love working with you too. I love it, love it. Hi, Sheilah. Bye. Night, night. MK Karen, Beverly Davis.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. This is Charlotte. She's saying goodnight.
Good night.
I need to, before we finish off, I just want to say, MK Karen, good news about your daughter, and we're sending you many blessings.
Well, I love you too, MK Karen, and I am stoked for your big chubby baby boy.
Right?
10 pounds at birth. Oh,
right.
He's gonna have chubby cheeks. He's gonna have chubby
Listen,
cheeks.
I was born with these things. There's nothing wrong with that.
All right. Mwah. Love y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye.